Miguel. I'm musicbyLukas.
And Lauren C. Ray, and we are here in Croatia.
If you want to know what we're up to while we're traveling, you can check out this week's vlog on Lauren's IGTV. And if you're watching this live with us, we're going to be giving away a secret prize. We'll ask a question, and all you have to do is comment the answer in the live chat to win.
And right after this, head over to Discord. We're going to be having our after party with 4 special guests this time to celebrate the musicbyLukas remix EP for his track, Going Under.
So today, the official remix EP is finally out for my track, Going Under. Links in the description. So I thought it'd be the perfect day to talk about the best tips for remixing tracks.
So why should you do a remix? Like, why is remixing important?
Yeah, so first off, it's a great way to bring your own sound to a song that people may already love. Like, for example, that song already has a lot of people that are interested in it, so when they hear it, they're like, ooh, I like this song, but they hear something new in it because you have your style, so then they're even more intrigued.
Yeah, they fall in love with your style, and then they'll fall in love with you.
You can also tap into other artists' fan bases, because they already have an established fan base. It's great for Spotify streams, for example, because it'll be promoted on their profile. Their fans will see it, and then they'll find out about you, same thing, and I think start building that.
Right, and I think it also helps where maybe sometimes you could remix a track for somebody else, and they can get your fan base. You create a relationship with that artist because they're excited about.
Yeah, it's a great collaboration effort in general. And lastly, other artists will see your remix, know that you do remixes, and potentially ask you to remix their track.
Which leads to more remixes or more tracks.
Bigger remixes.
Better labels to be signed on.
Exactly.
So today we're going to be calling up the artists that remixed Going Under. We're going to ask each of them their best tips because I think they probably know. I mean, we have Robbie Mendes from Spinnin Records.
We have Pop Culture from Future House Music. We have the mysterious Slothy, who's actually a Hexagon artist, alter ego.
Can't say who.
And Jake and Alvar from Strange Fruits.
So I think they have some good tips to tell you guys.
Let's call him.
All right, it's time to call Robbie Mendes and see what a few of his tips are. Hopefully he answers the phone. Hopefully he's available.
Hello, what's up, guys?
So why don't you introduce yourself to anybody who's watching who may not know exactly who you are?
Yeah, so you might know me as Robbie Mendes. I've been producing for over 10 years, 11 kind of. And I did some crazy releases on Spinnin Records. I also got a new track coming up on Spinnin Next.
So if you could give one tip on how to best make a remix, what would it be?
What is super important is that you should stick to your original sound. And it sounds quite obvious, of course, but you have to see it in a way that if an artist is asking you for a remix, they might heard one of your previous songs. So don't switch up your style when you make a remix, because most of the times it won't be accepted as an official remix simply because they have a reference for your previous songs.
That makes sense.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can better do different styles in original songs. So that will be a tip. And don't be afraid to actually make a remix, if that makes sense. Because I hear so many remixes with a similar vibe as the original song that it's actually not a remix, but just a better drum with the same vibe.
Yeah,
you know?
Good point.
So make different chords, maybe switch to BPM, or even make in a different key. That's what I do sometimes also. Just pitch it down 4 semitones or up, whatever.
Yeah.
Actually make a remix.
I love that.
So,
and I think you're 100% right about wanting to keep with your style, because from all the people I've talked to, the experience is that these artists will contact you or their manager or label, whatever, and will be like, hey, can you make a remix of this with your sound? Because that's what they're trying to get on their remix EP. So
it totally makes sense, especially because if somebody listens to the EP, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this sounds exactly like the Robbie Mendes track, and that's going to make them very excited to not only listen to what you remixed, but to your other tracks as well. Like, it makes sense. It's almost like you brand yourself with your remix, which is good in all ways.
Yeah, this is really good advice, because sometimes they don't really say, oh, can you make a remix with similar vibe of that track? They just say, hey, we love your work. So you kind of like open-minded and be like, oh, maybe we can do something different. And then we receive the feedback, and then they say, hey, can you make a remix with a drop cell as that specific track? You know, because they like this reference. So
the last question: do you think your remix on this EP is the best?
No, I think I did a drop pretty well. Maybe the break isn't the best for playing out, but
I was gonna say that. No, I wasn't. I love it.
Well, thank you so much for answering our call, and I think all the tips you said were very helpful, and I think people will learn a lot from them.
Yeah, we'll see you at the after party.
Oh, for sure, man.
All right, now we're gonna call the mysterious Slothy.
Yo, yo, yo!
What's up, Slothy?
Is this Slothy?
Long time.
What's going on?
I'm really good. How are you?
Good, good. If you guys can guess who Sloppy is, comment below. Maybe you have some ideas. Tell us a little bit about how long you've been producing and a little bit about yourself.
So about myself, I just sleep all the time. I'm super lazy, slothy, 24/7.
So if you could give one tip on how to make the best remix, what would it be?
Try to come up with a new chord progression because you want to keep it enticing. You want to get people interested, but you want to keep the essence of the real track, maybe the vocal or a leitmotif, right?
Mm-hmm.
And keep it very soothing, keep it very smooth.
In your past remixes, have you ever run into any issues or anything that you've learned from those remixes that you can say to help people with theirs?
Yeah, don't sleep while you're making music. This is the first tip. Yeah, always try to be very active while you're making music. Other than that, I think it's very important that you find some way to put your own sound into the remix. Try to find something that you find very cool. If you yourself, as a producer, find a very cool thing that really is different from the original, that has this edge to it or something, and that's something that you can show to people and other people will recognize, say, yeah, that's cool, that's still that track, but it has that edge, that something creative in it. And I would say that's also very important to get right. And when I do my remixes, I try to do that the first thing, to find some new sound, find something crazy, find something weird, and then build the remix around that.
That's a great point.
If that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. Yeah, you always want to try to bring your own sound, your own unique thing to your remix.
And do you think your remix is the best on this EP?
I wouldn't say it's the best. I think they are all very, very good. Let's leave it at that.
That's a great answer. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy and very sleepy day to talk to us.
Yeah. But of course, I just got up for you and now I'm going back to bed, of course.
And now we're going to call Jake and Alvar, who are members of the music school, and we actually had a private competition for the music school and they won, and so their remix is actually on the EP. It's super sick.
So I'm sure they have some good tips. Let's give them a call. Okay, so Jake and Alvar, tell us a little bit about yourself for anyone who doesn't know anything about you who's watching this video.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're Jake and Alvar. We're from Finland. This time it's just Jake here. Alvar is at work or school. I don't know what he does.
How did it feel when you won the competition?
It felt amazing. We've been way back submitting to Spinnin Talent Pool remix contests. Never won any of those, and now that we finally won one, it felt amazing.
Gives you some confidence, boosts you to move forward and keep producing, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
So if you had your number one best tip that you guys have, what would it be?
Yeah, for remixing. Do you have any
remixing
best tip?
Yeah.
Just get inspired from the original song. That's the most I can give.
Yeah, and I think you also used your own sound too, because it sounds, the song, you made the remix, but it doesn't sound like Music by Lukas. It sounds very Jake and Alvar.
Yeah, of course, if you have a style, you have to use it and bring it to the remix also.
Each remix, have you learned anything, any mistakes you've made or anything that you do now that you didn't do before when you start remixing?
Well, I mean, those remixes were 3 years ago, so we were really bad back then. And,
well, I guess then what's a big thing that made you better if you were bad back then?
I don't know, just learning, trial and error.
Yeah. Not be afraid to learn, not be afraid to kind of try and
putting in the
attempt.
work.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of people who haven't even attempted a remix because they're too afraid to try, but it sounds like you guys did, and maybe it wasn't the best, but it got you to be where you are today, and today you won a remix competition and you did a remix. So I think it's all about that. Yeah, I think that's a really good tip actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you guys make your remix unique? How did you get that Jake and Alvar sound into the remix? What are some tips to do that?
Well, I mean, the Jake and Alvar sound is probably the drop lead, which is our own unique, which we're gonna show in the masterclass.
Sick.
so everybody can use that.
Yeah, we're actually doing a masterclass with Jake and Alvar to show how they made their remix for the other music school members, so that's going to be really sick.
Yeah, that'll be a nice way to kind of break it down and go through their remix step by step for you guys. So if this video isn't enough, or if this call isn't enough for you, we're going to go in further if you're a part of the online school.
And that's what we're always trying to do, is create more opportunities for the music school members. So we help you get to that point where you start succeeding, start growing, getting releases, all that kind of stuff. And then we promote those releases, and then we give you opportunities to do masterclasses, do other stuff, put you on a more widespread platform. So yeah, I think it's really awesome. Like, you guys are such a good success story. So do you think your remix is the best remix on the EP?
I don't know. Of course.
Okay, so we are now on a call with Pop Culture. You guys, tell the audience, if they don't know much about you, like, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so here's David from Pop Culture. Edo, unfortunately, not here. We started the duo last year. We've been producing for like 7 years.
Could you give one tip for how to best make a remix? Like, for anyone that's listening, what's like your biggest tip?
It might seem like a basic thing, but the first really thing you have to keep in mind is that you really have to listen to the track, and that you have to love the track you're mixing.
So you love the track.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
So that was the case with your track. So it's great, because I tried a couple of remixes that I wasn't really feeling it, and it's not that good.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. You don't necessarily need to do every remix competition just because it's another competition. You have to really love the track.
Yeah.
It's better to put out tracks that are super quality.
At least if you're having fun making the track because you love it, even if nothing happens with the remix, at least you had a good time during the production process.
Right, that's a good point.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be like stressful or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So what are some issues or lessons that you've learned along the way with making remixes?
Of course, after you decided that you like the track and love the track, you have to think if the track might fit, and then you can do a remix that it fits your style. In the past, but I really wanted to do the remix, but I really couldn't make it.
Right.
So couldn't make it sound mine, at least. Try to keep the overall harmony of the original song, but try switching like some chords, which may fit the vocal in a different way.
Yeah.
So you can create a different harmony with the vocal, and then you can create on the chords like a different melody. So switching the chords can help you actually bringing a different melody to your remix, like a different vibe.
Is your remix the best on the EP?
Yeah, for sure.
Quick response.
Well, I'm glad all of them answered the call and were
Yeah.
able to give some tips. I mean, we did tell them we were going to call them,
Yeah.
so
And we
thanks,
didn't call
guys.
from your account, because if we would have, they probably wouldn't have picked up.
I think they would have picked up more often, actually, a little faster if it was me
What do you
calling
guys
them.
think? I don't know.
So I think most of the artists said, bring your own style, bring your own unique sound to the track, to the remix.
That was the biggest thing, because obviously, as you guys know, creating your own sound is so important. So once you've created it, if you're going to do a remix, you want to push that sound on that song and create your own vibe to it.
And if there's anything else that we missed out on or didn't touch on that you guys think is a great tip for remixes, comment that below.
Yeah, and now it's time to do our secret prize giveaway. So if you're watching live with us on the premiere,
get on that YouTube chat.
Get
Are
on
you
the
guys
live
ready?
chat. Here we go.
Get your fingers over the keyboard. So
The question
Lucas is going
is-
to ask a question, and the first person to answer gets the secret prize.
So it's not that hard of a question. All you have to do is name one Robbie Mendes track.
Go. I wonder who won. Of course, there's a lot of remix competitions out there, and someone might contact you to make a remix, or you might contact someone else to make a remix, but we do actually host private remix competitions on our online music school that you can be a part of.
So these are competitions that have way less submissions, so every track guaranteed
Definitely
gets
gets
heard.
heard.
Also, there's no voting, so you don't have to worry about emailing everyone you know to try to get votes.
It's
Everyone
all about
has
the
same
quality
chance.
of the track.
All about the quality of the track, and you get feedback and help on your remix before the deadline. For example, this month we have one with Future House Cloud, and the winner is going to get an official release on Future House Cloud. So it's really going to be epic. And then also, of course, we have our weekly demo drops. We have our master classes. You can work with me one-on-one. Every member can. And yeah, you can check it out at teamnbl.com/join.
And head over to the after party. Head over to Discord. We've got Robbie Mendes. We've got Pop Culture. We've got Sloppy. We've got Jake and Alvar. Everybody who did the Going Under remix over there to discuss more remix things.
Yeah.
Other questions you guys have. It's going to be a huge
Make sure you
party.
hit the bell button so you don't miss out on the secret giveaways that we're going to do every week.
Yep.
The after parties, all that good stuff. Subscribe, like this video. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.